Alrighty, the purpose of this video is to show what happens in church in the morning when I use my smartphone to prepare for Mass. The first thing I do when I come in, obviously, is turn off the ringer, because that's important. After that, I go to my browser. In my browser, I go to my bookmarks. And the first bookmark I go to in the morning is the liturgical calendar. This is a service by www.mobilegabriel.com. Mobile Gabriel provides us with a whole month's worth of readings for each day of the month for the Masses. So, today is the 12th. It's the Tuesday of the 5th week of Lent. And Mobile Gabriel gives us a Mass reading and a reflection for the day. First, I go to the Mass readings. This takes us to the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. On the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops site, one of the things we have is the readings for each of the day. I also have the New American Bible there. But the readings for each of the day are there. So on Tuesday, April 12th, 2011, Tuesday, the 5th week of Lent, we see that Numbers, chapter 21, verse 4 through 9, is the reading. And what I do is I come up here and I sit and I read the reading for the day. I read the psalm for the day. And then finally I read the gospel today, which is John chapter 8, 21 to 30. After I'm done there, what I like to do is go to the Bible. And the reason I'd like to go to the Bible for these particular readings is the Bible here online is annotated. By that I mean there are footmarks that explain some of the harder passages. For example, if I click on Numbers 21, 4 through 9 with my finger, I end up here. This is the same site. I'm going to go to the top here. This is the same site. It's United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. It is the New American Bible, and it is the particular reading for the day. So, let's start out here, for example, chapter 4, verse 4, and then verse 5. Between verse 4 and 5, there's a footnote, and I read that, click on the footnote, and what happens here is the footnote explains what you're reading. For example, they talk about the wretched food, and what the Bible footnote says is apparently they're meaning the manna. Later they talk about the serpents, the seraph, and that they explain that that's a Hebrew name for a certain species of venomous snake. The word probably signifies the fiery one. These snakes being so called because their burning effect of their poisonous bite. So as you can see, after reading it in the original form, I can go here to the Bible and look at the different footnotes that help me understand what the passages mean. So I do that both for the reading, and then I come down here to the Gospel, John 8, 21 through 30. And you can see that there's footnote 9, 10, 11, and under footnote 11, so the Jews said, he's not going to kill himself, is he? Because he said, where I am going, you cannot come. So I click on that, and it says, the Jews suspect that he is referring to his death. Johannine irony is apparent here. Jesus' death will not be self-inflicted, but destined by God. So you can see the footnotes help me understand what the readings are. After I'm done with the Bible, I go back to Mobile Gabriel, and I go to the reflection. Now, the reflection is done by a guy who does it's a homily. It's essentially a homily. And I do enjoy reading it because it talks about the meaning of what I just read. And often it is very close to what Father says from the pulpit, his own homily. At the end, there's a little prayer, too, that's always nice. A guy by the name of Don Schwagert does this. He is at www.rc.net/WCC/readings. After I'm done with reading the meditation of the day, I go back to my bookmarks. Now, I have two additional bookmarks. They're called Saint of the Day sites. The first one is at AmericanCatholic.org. I click on the Saint of the Day, and I enjoy reading about a saint because it's inspirational. I'm down in my basement here. Signal's not the best here. Let's see if it loads. There we go. It's trying. It really is. Let's see. Who do they have here? St. Teresa of Los Andes. And obviously it's too small to read here, so I blow it up a bit so I can read it. And it talks about this particular saint. She grew up in Santiago, Chile. And it goes on and talks about that saint. I then go to my second Saint of the Day site, which is at www.catholic.org. Now, this Catholic.org site kind of has an agenda, and they also have a lot of advertising, but I do enjoy reading about the saint there. It takes quite some time to load, and once it loads, you only get a snippet of the saint's information, and you have to click on Read More. Once you click on Read More, a larger portion of the saint's biography comes up, and it's good to read. Unfortunately, when you click Read More, you also get an advertisement you have to wait through. So anyway, this particular site has St. Julius. And again, I can make that bigger, move it over, and read it a little bit easier here. So, that's the way I spend my time in the morning preparing for Mass.